I just got back from a summer camp. Summer camp isn't an appropriate word for it. I got back from a YMCA camp, Camp menogyn, uh, and it was kind of life changing for me. I I met a lot of people there. This is what I'm touching on. Is I think having people who aren't in your everyday life, and even with the notion that you're never going to see again, is a comfort. Truly, and you really can express yourself and delve into aspects of who you are with other people that you want, uh, even with some of your closest friends, because it's a different environment. I was what's called an engagé at the camp, which means you work there. And it revolves around sending people to the boundary waters and various areas with canoeing and backpacking and lots of, very, very cool experiences for younger kids. Um, but I was up there during the Boundary Waters forest fires. So a lot of the groups got evacuated by seaplane or via other methods of transport. It was crazy, and so I developed a pretty good bond with the people I was working with up there, which was really nice. We were moved out of our cabin. This is turning into like a story time here. We moved out of our cabin and put into a smaller space, and really kind of spent all day inside together because of the smoke. And you just kind of talk, and that sounds dumb, but you do. And we talked a lot, and I got to know these people really, really well for the week I was there. I mean, three people in particular, and I was new to that group. They had all known each other prior, and they really are wonderful people. Such a welcoming environment. They really let me into just, uh, you know, being who I am with them, which is great. I'd be myself regardless, of course. But I don't know. I After about a day or two, I really consider them some of my closest friends. I still do, and it was one night. It was the last night, and we were all. I think it was about 1 a.m. and we were all just talking, and our like staff person was there. And I kind of just broke down, and I told him everything about my life, and you know about kind of what I've talked about here more, and they're the reason. That's what inspired me to do that. Just start talking to a camera, but I really wouldn't have experienced anything remotely close to that at all if they were people that I interacted with, like friends from school or family. Just because I think it's a different boundary, and I'm not saying that's an unhealthy thing. Really, I think it's quite healthy in moderation, of course, as of anything. But it was wonderful, and I want to talk about it. I'm kind of just spewing random things on this channel, but it really was, at least up to this point in my life, really freeing, and I I felt so um, in control of just my life up there. And I was young, and I was just a little kid, uh, and I don't really want to grow up, uber quickly. Uh, but the feeling of just being with new people was amazing, and I think it's a something everybody should really value. So thanks for listening. Yeah, and maybe you'll hear from me again soon. But yeah, yeah. Drop in the comments if you feel like you need to talk.